One of the most frustrating things I see with the wealth creators that I work with are the generational gaps. So I've been in a family office and have been working with high net worth folks for 10 plus years, and I hear this over and over again between the baby boomers and the millennials. The baby boomers have been great wealth creators. They have come from usually nothing to immense means, but the millennials have had so much all their life. Things just seem to come to them very, very easy. And so one of these differences that we see is often in investing. So the kids will want to do ESG investing, but the parents will want to do private equity. Well, why is this? Well, private equity historically has been making 20, 25% returns, but ESG may not be showing the same returns that they have seen with the private equity. Now, this is all subjective and depending on what investments you're in, but generically speaking, being in ESG is more towards a millennial mindset versus the baby boomer mindset. And the baby boomers are thinking, hey, can we just perpetuate the wealth because we want to make sure that our family continues to be okay into the future? And so we have this gap occur. Another gap that we see is within business decisions. So for example, do you want to be in plastics, which improve the bottom line, or should we be in something that's more compostable, that may be more expensive, but better for the family name? And so this may affect the bottom line, but are the kids really trying to maximize the bottom line? And so this leads us to the question as to what is the goal? Because the kids may not want to actually maximize the profits, which may seem just absurd to the family, because the family wants, or the parents, I should say, want to continue to perpetuate the wealth, and they think that they need to make or maximize the top dollar to do that, versus the kids may not be so concerned about that because they know that doing what's best for them and the environment is better for their kids and the world to come. And so I think about closing generational gaps is often like building a muscle, and it's putting a framework in place and practice using that framework over and over within the family. And so generative families have created frameworks put in place, because think about it, this is not the only and last time that you're going to have generational gaps within your family. This is going to be happening for years to come. And if you want to be a generative family, solving the problems today is just a snippet of what's going to happen into the future. Because if you have a framework in place as to how to solve problems today, this is going to be immensely helpful for your family 100 years down the road, because they'll have a framework and they can look back and say, this is how we solved the problem in 2000s. And this is how we're going to solve the problem today, because it worked well for our parents and it worked well for our great grandparents. And so my name is David at Credo, and I love helping families flourish. We work with families all across the board to set up frameworks in place so that they can be generative families into the future.